Welcome back to part 2 of our Trippy Food 2022 Patriots Day special, where we're going to walk the length of Boston's Freedom Trail and check out all the sights in between. So let's get started. Leaving Haymarket, the Freedom Trail continues into the heart of the North End. The North End is Boston's oldest residential community. It was inhabited since it was colonized in the 1630s. By 1890, the North Square area was known as Little Italy. The population of Italian immigrants in the North End continuously grew, reaching a peak of 44,000 in 1930. One of the greatest debates of mankind, besides boxers or briefs, or did Han Solo shoot first, is the question of who makes the best cannoli in the North End. Since the Freedom Trail winds to the middle of it, we're on a quest to find out. All right, so we are at Bova's, and the reason that we're at Bova's is everybody who comes for cannoli in the North End go to Mike's Pastry and even Modern Pastry. But Mike's Pastry is like really a touristy place, and I've heard that Bova has the best cannoli in the North End, so we're gonna check it out. Okay, so we are now standing out in the street and we are about to eat this pastry, this amazing pastry that we just got out of Bova's. Now Bova's is open 24 hours. We could have come at 11 o'clock at night, but we didn't. So we got sfogliatelle, which is it's a phyllo dough. It usually has lemon cream in it. I don't know. We'll see if this has lemon cream in it. And then we heard about their legendary cannoli, so we got a plain one just to see how good they are. And then Julie decided that we needed to try the pistachio one, so we'll give these a try. So first things first, I'm gonna try the cannolo. That's stupid good. That is really, really good. Really fresh. Oh my God. Taste of ricotta cheese in there. Now let's try a bite of the sfogliatelle. Yeah, it does have that lemon custard in it. That dough is just so crispy and light. Oh. Now we'll try a bite of the pistachio cannolo. All three of these are big thumbs up. The thing is, if you're going to do the Freedom Trail and you're going to find yourself in the North End, do this, right? Skip Mike's Pastry. It's a tourist trap. If you want to go to Modern, that's fine too, but Bova's is like this hidden secret, so this is really, really good. Thumbs way up. Paul Revere House was built around 1680, and although Paul Revere was its most famous occupant, he wasn't its first. The original owner was slave trader Robert Howard. Revere lived here during the Revolutionary War period between 1770 and 1800. The house has gone through many architectural changes. It was restored to its approximate 18th century appearance in 1902. Unfortunately, we can't show you the interior as cameras are not allowed, but it's worth the price of admission for a tour. So we're in the north end of Boston. Behind me is an iconic statue of Paul Revere. And a lot of people think that the statue itself has historical significance. It was built around, or erected around 1940. So the historical significance of Paul Revere being here, this is Revere Mall, and at the end of the mall is the Old North Church. And the Old North Church is where lanterns were held in the tower to let Revere know whether the British were supposed to be advancing by sea or by land. And that was going to tell him which way he was going to go and get reinforcements and warn the townspeople. I don't know how much accuracy there is to that story, but the Old North Church has been here for a long, long time. It's very, very interesting. So we're going to take a walk up there and check it out. Old North Church was built in 1723. Its official name is the Christ Church in the city of Boston, and it's the oldest church building in the city. It continues to operate as a church. In April of 1775, Paul Revere instructed Robert Newman and Captain John Pulling to hang one lantern in the tower if the British Army was marching over Boston Neck into the city, and two lanterns if they were taking boats across the Charles River. On the night of April 18, 1775, two lanterns were hung, indicating the British were invading by sea. Paul Revere and William Dawes were sent out on horseback to deliver the message to Lexington. There were also backup riders to deliver the warning in the event Revere and Dawes were arrested. The steeple was destroyed by hurricanes twice, once in 1804 and a second time in 1954. The current one was designed with elements of the original steeple and post-1804 version. A short walk from the front of the Old North Church is Copp's Hill Burying Ground, which is the second oldest cemetery in the city, in use from 1659 through the 1850s. Part of the cemetery contains many unmarked graves of African Americans living at the foot of the hill. Across the street from the cemetery is a home built in 1890 known as the Skinny House or Spite House. Being that it's only 10 feet wide, I think it was built by somebody's brother after the Civil War. They only left him a short amount of space of land to build on. Down the hill from the cemetery is the location of the Great Molasses Flood. On January 15th, 1919, a storage tank at the Purity Distilling Company filled with 2.3 million gallons of heated molasses burst just after noon, sending a 25-foot wall of molasses moving at around 35 miles an hour through the area, killing 21 people and injuring 150. The molasses flood was 2 feet deep in some places. Some of the victims were crushed or drowned by the thick molasses or hit by the debris the flood carried. From here, we crossed over into Charlestown for our last 2 Freedom Trail stops. So right now we are on the site of the USS Constitution. The USS Constitution is the oldest still commissioned warship in the US Navy. This was built in 1797 at a cost of $302,000, which is something around $6 million by today's cost. It is the oldest ship of any type still afloat, and it was built by Edmund Hart Shipyard in the north end of Boston, which is just across the harbor. The ship is made with solid oak, so it got the nickname Old Ironsides because when other ships would shoot cannonballs at them, the cannonballs would bounce off the side of the ship because the oak was so thick. We're going to go check out the museum. So we are now at the last point in the Freedom Trail. We're no longer in Boston, we're actually in Charlestown, same place as the USS Constitution, and we are at the Bunker Hill Monument. So the Bunker Hill Monument commemorates a very, very important battle at the beginning of the Revolutionary War. So back in 1775, on this hill, a battle took place where the colonists took a lot of casualties, but they also caused enough casualties from the British side to actually force them back to their ship. So it was a decisive battle, and so this monument was built to commemorate it 50 years after the original battle. The cornerstone was laid on June 17, 1775, which was exactly 50 years after the battle. It took several years to build, and the cornerstone laying ceremony was conducted by the Marquis de Lafayette. Now, it's 221 feet tall. We're going to attempt to go up those stairs and see what the view is like from the top. If you want to learn about Boston's history and its role in the Revolutionary War, there's no better place to start than the Freedom Trail. So, hope you found it educational, hope you found it fun, and maybe it brought you a better understanding of Boston and its role in the Revolutionary War. So, have a safe and happy Patriots Day, but be careful because it's crazy out there, so please take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.